The performance from Caitlin Clark in that game against the Mystics the other night was unbelievable. Barring injuries, Caitlin Clark is going to be one of the greatest WNBA players we are ever going to see. So let's talk about it. 29 points, 13 assists, 5 steals, 3 blocks, and 5 rebounds. She was 5 of 9 from the 3-point line. And the way she was commanding the offense, she was playing with pace. She just looked like she was on another level out there. And what she was doing in that game was phenomenal stuff. You look at where they were at against the Mystics, they were down 76-55. She brought them back into that game and got it down to 3 points. She had 15 points in the fourth quarter alone. She had 3 assists as well. Caitlin Clark was responsible for 60 of the 84 points scored by the Fever. So she either scored or assisted on those points. That's how dominant she was. So think about that. You're a rookie coming into the league and you contribute that many points on your team. That is MVP type level stuff. And you're only a rookie. I can't wait to see Caitlin Clark get in the lab this offseason. I want to see her get a consistent mid-range game where she can just pull up and just shoot over you. I want to see her get better with her off-ball defense. This isn't a knock on Caitlin Clark because everybody has weaknesses as rookies. This is just normal. But her off-ball defense can be better. I don't think her on-ball defense is terrible. Now, looking at the Fever's defense in general, it's just atrocious, especially on the off-ball. They don't do well with cuts, and Caitlin Clark is also on that list as well. But again, these are just some things she can get better at. If she can improve her defense by 10%, that's it, 10%, it's going to be scary for the league. Offensively, if she doesn't do anything else, it's still going to be scary. But I think this offseason, it's going to be a lot of fun for her because you notice the game is starting to slow down for her. She's getting more comfortable out there. She's playing with more confidence. I mean, she had a stat line where I believe she was 10 of 12 from the free throw line. I'm sorry, 10 of 11 from the free throw line, 7 of 14 from the field. So imagine she gets more consistency at getting to the free throw line. Yikes. That is just going to be hard to stop. And you have 13 assists as well. The unselfishness. I mean, you almost had a 30-point game. And if the coach figured out how to call an actual play at the end of the game, then maybe they would have had a shot to win. We'll never know. Of course, in the post game, she had said that, she should have been better at getting the rebound down the stretch. I love the accountability from Caitlin Clark. Even as a rookie, she's taken that leadership role. And the scary part is she's only getting better. And she's still learning how to be a really good WNBA player. And there's still some time left to end the season on a strong note. She's clearly the rookie of the year. I don't think it's even close right now. That's no slight at Angel Reese, but Caitlin Clark, what she's doing is unbelievable. She's going to break so many records, especially assist records. It's going to be ridiculous what she's going to do. And we just got to enjoy the greatness. Here's another stat you might not know about. She's the first rookie ever to have 4 straight games with 10-plus assists. First rookie in the WNBA to ever do that. So what we're seeing from her is just a level of greatness, and I think she's getting more comfortable. I can tell early in the season it was hard to adjust. You're a rookie. And also, what people don't realize about the WNBA is they go from college to the big leagues in a month. The NBA offseason for rookies, they get to go to training camp. They got 4 months to prepare for the NBA. So it's a different transition. And to see Caitlin make those adjustments, I remember when the Fever started 1-8 to be in this position. They beat the Mercury tonight. We'll talk about that game because they were up 30 points with 2 minutes left and they almost blew it. And that was in the third quarter. And the Mercury almost came back and they didn't have their full roster. We'll talk about that in another video. But again, I just want to focus on the Mystics game. Caitlin Clark was unbelievable, deserves all her flowers. And I just can't wait to see what she's going to do to get better. Because if she can just work on her defense, especially off ball, and I would like for her to have some type of consistent mid-range game, maybe like, a floater, like a Rajon Rondo floater, you just float it towards the basket, have that consistency, or just a mid-range shot. It's going to be hard to stop her. And, imagine when she's averaging an easy 35 a game. She's doing this as a rookie. I mean, that's crazy to think about on a young Fever team with a coach who doesn't know what they're doing all the time. And she's over here doing everything she needs to do, and they're the 8th seed in the playoffs right now. So imagine another year where she's a sophomore as a WNBA player. It's going to be fun to watch. So Caitlin Clark is fantastic, and she's only going to keep getting better, going to keep drawing fans in because of her electric play. And if they can keep playing with this kind of tempo where they're running and pushing in transition, they're putting pressure on the defense, and she's the one making decisions, Fever are going to be in a great spot. Yes, they need more talent on this team. Yes, their defense needs to get better. All of them are just atrocious out there. But I think that can get better if you just add, better role players. Because when you're looking at a roster, you want to look at some players who might be good, but you can upgrade in that position. So that's something that the Fever need to evaluate this offseason. But man, that was an incredible game from Caitlin Clark. I know they fell short against the Mystics. Sometimes it's a weird thing. You're going to lose games against teams way under 500, and you can't explain why. It's sports. It's the nature of a sport where you come out, you think you're the better team, and it just doesn't work out. But again, for Caitlin to be down 76-55, to get 15 points in that fourth quarter, 3 assists, and you lead them back into the game, you're building confidence. You're building habits where your best player can get you back into a game down 20-plus points. That's a confidence booster. So even if you don't win the game, you got somebody that special. And also, it's 10-minute quarters. Like, it's not 12 minutes like the NBA. So your margin of error is even smaller. So for her to come out with guns blazing like that, and they were down, I think it was 13 with like 4 minutes left, and they got down to 3 points. It was crazy. So I just think for Caitlin Clark, if Kelsey Mitchell had hit some shots, she was 0 of 7 from the 3 in that game. If she hits like a couple threes down the stretch to help Caitlin, they probably win that game. And of course, the majority of that credit will go to Caitlin Clark. But just imagine, how much better she's going to be and what she's going to learn from this experience as a rookie. I mean, it's just unbelievable what she's doing, the record she's setting. And I think she'll break records in points, and it's just going to be historic stuff. And she's just getting started. That's the scary part about Caitlin Clark. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear thoughts on Caitlin Clark's performance against the Mystics. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.